Hey guys, how are you doing today? I know I'm having an amazing day. Do you know why? Because I know why. But do you know why? Because God woke me up this morning. That's why. So today I want to talk about a couple of things that I've seen over the years and kind of confused about. I guess maybe because I haven't been in that situation. But number one, okay, I don't get it. Why do people have multiple Facebook accounts? And your name is different. Picture's the same, everybody knows it's you, everybody sees it's you. But what's the reason to change your Facebook so many times? I have my aunt's nephew's son, I guess, or whatever, has 5 different Facebooks and they're trying to add me to every single one. I'm not adding all 5. I don't understand why you have them. I don't get it, but I'm not adding all 5 because it's just really ridiculous. Who wants to have 5 Facebooks? Too much time. Or whatever. I understand if you forgot the password, then message Facebook hey, I forgot my password. Don't know it. Reset your password. If you use the same email, that makes more sense. At least for me. But I'm just how does that? I'm not adding all your Facebooks that you want to make. Unless you're trying to start a business, then I get it. Then make it a page that you just go or whatever. But I'm not going to sit here and add all 16 of your damn Facebooks to my Facebook. I don't even get on it that much to even care to look at what you put on there. I literally scroll for a little bit, like something that's funny, maybe share something with family, but that's it. Messenger, not really putting it out there. But I just don't get it. That's one thing I never understood. I get it for maybe Instagram or whatever, or something else. I just don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Not getting it. That's number one. Why? And they had just sent me a friend request the other day, and I'm dude, how many Facebooks does this kid have? Why do they have so many? I don't get it. I really don't. What's the need to have more than one Facebook? Why? Why though? Number 2. Okay? Why is it, I think everybody, not everybody because obviously I haven't been through it. Well, I kind of went through it when I was younger, when I was little. But now, as an adult, being my own person, haven't gone through it. Because probably I don't have a kid yet. I have a stepson. He's amazing. But don't have a kid yet. That's between me and my fiance. But I don't understand, because I grew up with this happening between my mom and my dad. I don't understand why parents... I went through it with my mom and my dad, and then I also seen it because I worked in the daycare. Being employed as a daycare worker / teacher, I see a lot of parents downing the other parent in front of their kid. I just don't get it. I don't understand. I don't get it. Let your kid figure out who their parent is, who their dad, who their mom is. I had a couple of people, it was mainly, I guess, women, their dad would forget something, and it was a couple of men, oh, your mom, oh, man. And I even had, this dad call his baby's mother, was it a son or a daughter? It was his son's mom, a hoe in front of the kid. God, why is your mom such a hoe? I don't understand. I don't get it. Bro, don't do that. Don't Don't do that, dude. Like, the person isn't perfect, but guess what? You chose that. That's what you chose. That you wanted at the time. Whose fault is that? No one else's but yours. Don't take that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Let the kid find out who their parent is. Or the mom was like, I don't like your dad's mom. They're this and they're that. Why are you doing that? Don't do that. Because now you kind of put up, you're building a wall for them that they're going to have for them in the future. And then they're going to come up and be like, my mom, she said you did this to her, so that's why she never liked you. And in reality, this is also when you give your kid a choice to be in adult conversation when they're not supposed to be in an adult conversation, because it's between you and another adult. And the kids will just chime in. Like, that's one of my pet peeves, is when you're talking to, like, say I'm talking to, I guess, my brother, and my little niece will come in and be like, oh, yeah, I heard it. I'm like, girl, no. This is an adult conversation. This is not for you, which is why we came over here away from you to talk about this, you know? And it's like you're putting them and making them already think about someone in a negative way, and they haven't even got to know them. Like, don't be telling your 4-year-old, 5-year-old, oh, your mom's this, or your dad's this, or your grandma's this, or your tia's this. No, let them find out for themselves. Don't do that. Like, I had that growing up. My mom would be like, your daddy, na 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 na, and then my dad would be like, your mom, and na na na, and na na na. I'm just like, oh my gosh, are you done? Like, I'm not here to listen about you whining about my mama or my daddy. I'm here to be with you and spend time with you. So, can we move past this? Thinking about it now, I'm like, didn't think enough to be like, okay, are you done now? So we can, like, maybe when I was a teenager, I'd be like, Mom, I don't really care to hear about this. That's your past. That's who you choose to be my dad. Or vice versa with my dad. That's who you chose to be my mom. Like, I didn't just pop out of thin air. You know, you chose that. I don't want to hear no more. I'm done. You know? So, like, listening to parents. And then, like, if you're so comfortable talking mess in front of anybody about your baby father, your baby mother, and you're picking your kid up from daycare, like, bro, you just not. Like, that's a big no-no. And then, like, with that, you're also, like, putting things in your kid's brain and making them think that, oh, and they're going to learn when they're older that, like I did, parents are just going to say things because they're pissed at each other or they're mad at each other for some other reason that doesn't pertain to you. You know? So it's like, don't do that to your kids. And then being like in a daycare setting, you take classes. Every single year you will take the same class over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Every year. Well, class it's not just one, it's a whole bunch. Talking about kids' mental health, how kids' mental health, physical health, and physical, mental, and overall, like, health of them, right? So in those classes you learn how you can possibly tell if the kid is gonna be autistic, is gonna have emotional, physical, verbal abuse, or isn't being taken care of at home, you know. So going through these classes, and you've worked as long as I have in a daycare facility, you're gonna learn, like, different things, and you notice things different, you know. I recently saw this picture again on Facebook, right? And it has a mom screaming and a dad screaming, and you see the baby in the middle, and he's just like crying, right? That one spoke like a lot of volume to me, because your kid doesn't need to hear that or see that. You know, if you want to like talk or argue, make sure the kid isn't like, at least not in their room. Obviously you can't really have privacy with like a baby or like a 1 or 2, like maybe all the way to like 4, if you kind of like talk to them, be like, hey, mom and daddy are gonna have a private conversation, I'm gonna need you to go over there or get on your iPad, put your headphones on, so that way if you need to yell, the kid really doesn't hear it, maybe not type of thing, you know. It's just like different things like that kind of like drive me crazy, because I just don't get it and I don't understand. And I've kind of been in that predicament where like my dad's dropping us off, my mom comes out, starts yelling at my dad, or my dad yelling at my mom for some reason that I don't remember. So yeah, needless to say, if your kid is little, don't sit there and want to talk mess about them in front of their parent or about their other parent or their parent's family, because they need to learn that if they're going to be here or not be here, you know, let them know that they're loved from all sides. Number 3, why is the need to go back to your baby's father when you're like sitting there on social media? Oh, my baby daddy, nah. Oh, you want to go be like this? Well, go be like this. And then 5 seconds later, you're like, the love of my life, I love him so much. Or I love her so much. I don't get it. What's the point of making it known to everybody that, 1, you're having issues, which is no one's business but yours and your baby's father or your baby's mama's own business, and 2, everybody's gonna be nosy, and when everybody sees you, oh, how are you guys doing? How is it going? What happened? That's when chismosos come into play. And then you want to be like, stay off my FB if you don't like what I say. First of all, you're putting it on FB or Twitter or Snapchat or Instagram for everybody to see, honey. It's out there. You don't like someone's opinion, do not put it out there. That's basically it. That's literally it. So it's like, I never understood that, and I don't get it. I still don't get it now. Like, is it because the D's good? Is it because you want to have that connection or you want to have that family aspect? But if it's not great, why do you keep going back? Or if you're going to still complain about it, why do you keep going back? I just don't get it. That's one thing I never got for me. Like, I had like a family member, what was it, a while back, issues were happening, and I'm just like, and they put it all over Facebook, and they had like, I guess the baby mama's family on there too, and they're like, why are you talking mess about this and that, and and I'm like, well, you shouldn't be on my feed anyways. Well, if you put it out there for all the world to see, well, at least everybody on your Facebook to see, you're gonna get comments, you're gonna get multiple messages, you're gonna get all this negativity because you put that out there. No one told you, hey, well, you should write this on Facebook because, or Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, wherever, and not get a negative. If you're being negative, not getting a negative response, and then you getting pissed. People need to stay off my status or that. Well, you put it out there for everybody to see, so what do you expect? You expect everybody to be like, oh, they're talking mess about this and that. And then also, if you know your child is messed up and then did messed up things, don't sit there and be like, don't ever call out my kid. Be like, I'm sorry, my kid's like that. I didn't raise them like that. I don't know why they're like that. But privately message them, not put it on their status, obviously. But it's like, why? What did you get out of that? You got more negativity coming towards you because you put that out there like that? I don't get it. But it is what it is. You chose that. That's what you wanted, right? Yeah. Like I said, don't know about that. yeah, but anyways, rant is over, but hopefully you enjoyed this. But always remember, do you, boo, and you will be happy too. Okay?